Hello bass family, welcome to Everything Bass. Hey, we're finishing up the fourth in the series on how to play basic chord shapes on the bass. The previous chords were major 7, minor 7, and dominant 7. So if this is the first video you've seen, go ahead and study this one. You don't have to learn them in any particular order. Watch this video, get this chord under your belt, and then go back and get those. But you'll want to know all four because you'll be able to play more complex progressions up and down your bass, create your own play-along tracks. It's just a lot of fun, and I think it's very valuable for bass players to do. So today, as you know by the heading, we're talking about the minor 7 flat 5 chord, also known as half-diminished. Just like your friend Bob can sometimes go by Robert, mostly when his parents are mad at him. This chord has two names. So let's get into the anatomy of the chord. Now, there is a video I did on the Arpeggio, which you can find by just going to my channel and searching minor 7 flat 5. But here, how to play the chords on the bass, we're going to just deal with this and not go as deep into the construction of the chord. So let's go. Oh, I should say, as always, you guys know what I'm going to say is in the description of this video, there's a link to my Patreon page. You can find, once you become a monthly Backstage Pass subscriber, it's just $8 a month. You can actually download all the charts, and sometimes it's a good visual reminder, or if you want to go through a bunch of things real quickly, you don't want to watch each video, it's good to have these documents either in a digital form or you can print them out and make a lesson binder. So you can go there, download minor 7 flat 5, and let's go for it. Now on the chord chart, it's all on the 8th fret, but I'm going to show you on the 10th fret. I'm sorry, 12th fret. So let's go there right now, and dealing with when the root is on the E string. So we have the E, I play that with my index finger. Now the flat 5 is a little tricky bugger here, and I'm gonna, in this one, I'll show you two ways to play it, but in this one, I'm gonna bring my pinky over and grab the flat 5. I know it seems weird, you can do it, you know, and then we have to get this minor 7 and the minor 3rd octave up, so we just use my middle finger on the 12th fret D string, ring finger on the 12th fret G string, and I get the arpeggio. It's a dark chord, I love it. And I know that's a little bit tight, but there's an alternate fingering if you want to, and it's using a bar, just like a guitarist would bar a chord. You take your index finger and push them all the down on the 12th fret. And this is for us getting the E minor 7 flat 5. Obviously, if we were going to do another root, you would just put it on one line, and that covers the root, minor 7, and minor 3rd. Now you can just take your middle finger and put it down. Now, while this might be easier initially to play, I have some issues. I don't usually use it. One is, as you're really playing a progression and moving around, sometimes that bar, one note might not sound as clean as the others. You might get a little bit of buzz or fret rattle, and that could be frustrating. Plus, if I'm holding a long time, I don't know why, I just never developed calluses here, so it actually can become a little bit sore. So I still actually, you'll see me playing this shape. And after some practice, you can get it down. Now you notice my thumb's over the fingerboard. There's times when you'll have to do that. These fingers have to reach over and clump together so much that if I tried to keep my thumb on the back of the fingerboard, it's more difficult. It's possible. It's okay. You're not going to hurt anything. I don't think. Well, I shouldn't say that. You could have other issues and your hand hurts, but you could do it either way. I prefer to bring my thumb up over, get a real tight grip on, make sure all the notes sound good. Now, the easier fingering is just to put the tonic on the A string. And if we do that, we have to make a choice. Because we only have 3 strings, we have 4 notes we played on the previous shape. So we have to take one off. And I felt that the most logical one to take off is the minor 3rd. So in this case, index finger on the root, ring finger reaches over, plays the flat 5 on the 13th fret of the D string, and then middle finger just tucks in, gets 12th fret on the G string. It's a little triangle shape. Yep. And that's much easier play. Now, we don't really miss the minor 3rd because this is a pretty dense and dark chord anyway. So I don't feel bad about eliminating it. Yeah, and now, this one's a little tricky. You know, in the previous videos I've talked about, just to get them down, toggle between having a chord with the root on the E string to a chord on the A string and practice that. And this one's a little trickier. You know, you have to get used to that. My pinky's always a little late on that one. Now, I'll make a decision when I'm actually playing over a tune, and you guys have seen it on some of the videos where I've played like a jazz progression on my bass, playing the chords, that I'll purposely arrange the chords so that I can just use the A string fingering. because I think it's cleaner sounding. I think it still serves the quality of the chord, but it's easier to put in to a progression and sound good. All right, so now you have a fingering for the minor 7 flat 5, aka half diminished chord. The biggest thing I can tell you is don't let the other ones atrophy. Go back and review and review. And then, as before, you guys know, I'm a big proponent of taking, let's see, we'll do D. We'll go way high in the neck. Play a D major 7. Now, what do you have to do to make a D minor 7? Then make it a D dominant 7. And make it a D minor 7 flat 5. By doing it off the same tonic, you're actually going to be able to see what notes are moving, what stays the same, and you're going to know the chords better. You're going to train your ear better, and man, it's just, you're going to be an overall better musician. This is one of the skills that's not hard to learn. It just takes a little bit of practice, and you'll be able to play chords in your bass. Couple reminders that I always go to my bridge pickup, because it's tighter sounding, and it's on any bass, not just on this Dolphin, but if my thumb bass, on my Marushzik, I'll go there. I like it, it's tighter, it's cleaner, because you have a lot of frequencies going around and they're in the lower range. So to clarify and clean it up, I usually go there. You can experiment and see what you like, because remember, every sound creates an emotion. Sometimes when you're writing a song or doing a performance, you want that emotion, even though it might not be ideal for some situations, it could be perfect for that situation. All right, hey, you are my brothers and sisters in my bass family. I appreciate each and every one of you coming in and watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. And, you know, let other bass players know, especially at this time where we're kind of isolated. We can't just do what we used to do for years and years and go out and gig and hang out and chat with each other and go to practice. It's easy to feel isolated. So, you know, maybe, if not this channel, there's a lot of other great bass channels out there. Get involved with one. And again, it doesn't have to be mine. You know, I'd be honored if it's mine, but this isn't a competition. It's just making sure everyone has someone that they can interact with. And also, when you're improving on the instrument you love, sometimes isolation doesn't feel so bad. I've been leaning on that a lot this last 9-10 months. All right, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you at the next video.